The thing that I found over and over was that it was the best community building project that we ever introduced anywhere.
It's just a wonderful concept, the barn quilt.
Quilts on a barn, huh? Yeah. Okay. Quilts on a barn. Okay. All right. I'd like to see this.
Just for being an outsider looking in, this is like a wonderful virus that's spread around. It's contagious.
We're changing the face of the nation, one barn at a time. Thank you for traveling far and wide. I'm glad you're here safe.
What was always comforting was wherever I got lost, I saw a quilt square.
So we were looking for a way to reap some of the benefit of all that tourism money coming in, and this trail was the perfect idea.
10 years, 2001, we started and hung our first one in October of 2001, and boom.
Donna Sue was instrumental in the success of the Ohio Arts Council's work in Appalachian, Ohio, when she served as our Southern Ohio field representative. And the Quilt Barn Trail project was her great work.
Barn quilts are so prevalent throughout Iowa now, thanks to Donna Sue Groves and her genius. We are proud owners of Barn Quilt Mania.
How indebted we all are to Donna Sue for having this original vision and being so generous and sharing it with us.
Our thanks goes out to Donna Sue for such a clever way of sharing art with the public, and those passing by don't even have to get out of their cars.
I don't want the misconception that Donna Sue Groves created this in a vacuum, this quilt trail here in Adams County. The beauty of the project, which each of you all are finding out, is that this was done at the grassroots level, and this was asking people to come to the table. I just had the vision.
The result of this love and this vision is the Quilt Barn Trail project, which has now grown beyond Ohio and spread to communities all across the nation.
So it's a history project, and it's also an economic development project, and it's a community building project.
Since this project began in 2001, activities around the Quilt Barn project have included a 2007 statewide workshop, the Quilt Barn Impact Study that was conducted by Ohio University, and also in 2008, the rollout of the National Geographic Society Traveler magazine, which featured 4 of the original Ohio trails, including the Clothesline of Quilts Trail, which has been a source of inspiration for a succession of similar efforts across the country.
Quilt Trails helps tell our stories, bring the community together, and it brings more money to the area.
Quilts are an integral part of our unique American heritage.
What makes our quilt project so special to us and to the county is pride.
Kankakee is also the home for the Chicago Bears in the summer, and we have more interest in our barn quilts than we do in the Chicago Bears.
What has enriched our lives the last couple of years is our search for the quilt barns.
Having that project on our farm and being involved in the Quilt Barn Trail has enriched our lives tremendously.
So you can see that family and heritage is important to us.
The traditional arts can support economic development by strengthening communities, stimulating demand for local products, and supporting the economic activities of local businesses.
And it has just been a wonderful community effort that we get a lot of people involved in, a lot of people come out to, our state legislators, county representatives, and just people from the community.
As soon as you drive into our county, we want you thinking about barn quilts.
Being involved in the quilt trail brought him back to health after a stroke that they feared would take his life.
They don't charge us rent to be there because they discovered that when we moved in, their traffic went way up.
We are tourists. You're after my money, and I'm willing to give it to you.
We're here together because of Donna Sue's love for her mother Maxine and her vision of what could be.
First of all, I want you to know that Donna Sue does most of the crying for our family. So I'm hoping to get through this without any tears.
People asked about, well, what if we did it this way? Would that be all right? And her response always was, I don't own this. It's your project. And that's the way that it has developed in Kentucky. It hasn't been one centralized organization saying, well, you do it this way.
This has been such a grassroots effort, and everybody has done it a different way, and everybody has experienced really similar successes.
We started 4 years ago, and next week we will have 42.
The Calhoun Quilt Trail began in 2008 with 4 barn quilts, and we'll go 75 this fall.
By the end of the summer, we expect to have at least 18.
We have painting parties where we have volunteers from the community come in and paint.
There was 9 homeschoolers that worked on the project. All 75 quilts are hand painted by volunteer artists, but not all are on barns.
They have to be in agricultural buildings at least 50 years or older, on a paved road. Ours are done on heavy-duty treated plywood.
Almost all of ours are actually painted directly on the barn.
We use a fine grade aluminum-clad plastic pour film. It's called Dye Bond.
I love you all. So just pretend like I live next door and you want to come over and have a cup of coffee, but call me first before you come. Okay? Thanks, everybody.
And then the other thing is the myth. I did not paint a quilt square on Mother's barn. I have been walking around for 9 years saying, oh, it's not rocket science. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. You just get a board and you paint it, you mark it off and you tape it, you paint it. Holy moly. Little did I know. The paint runs under the tape. You got little rivers. The lines are jiggle-jaggled. And you can't lift the boards by yourself. So anyway.